Reason number 1 why my weight loss journey sucks. Chocolate. I love chocolate. I could eat chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and still want more. So instead of cutting chocolate and really all sweets out completely, which would be crazy and I would never do, I plan on partaking in little treats much less frequently. I remember a while ago I was eating these little ice cream cones every single night. They were only 150 calories and oh, if they fit my macros, I am working really hard on not eating as much processed food. In fact, as little processed food as I can, specifically sugars. The only sugar that I'm really consuming now is honey and agave and maple syrup, which of course is still sugar, but it's much less processed than these little ice cream cones that I was eating every day, thinking, oh, they're low calorie, so I'm being healthy. So now, instead of partaking in a treat every single night because I deserve it and because I earned it, which I haven't, I will indulge maybe once a week, maybe every 10 days. And I'm going to keep reminding myself that I'm on a fitness journey and I would much rather be healthy and thinner than have a piece of chocolate, like I did 10 minutes ago to film this video. All that being said though, I don't want to be too restrictive when it comes to treats. So I'm gonna be lenient, but not so lenient that I end up overindulging. And when I do partake in a little something something, I plan on eating a better, higher quality version of that treat. So instead of a little Reese's peanut butter cup like you just saw, I'll choose maybe an organic piece of dark chocolate with sea salt on it, which I totally still love. And maybe it'll be a little bit on the healthier side. It's not exactly a bowl of broccoli, but it's organic, it's maybe locally sourced, and overall I think that that would be a better option. And that's what I plan on doing from now on. Reason number 2, why my weight loss journey is really difficult. Exercise. If you couldn't tell from that clip, exercising is not one of my strong suits. I have never been naturally athletic. I've never really played sports. I played basketball in middle school, which I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I wasn't exactly good. I always see people online talk about how they get up at 5 a.m. and they go for a 3-mile run and they feel so energized afterwards and the endorphins are rushing and then they go eat a green salad. No, that is not me. While I do actually enjoy moving my body, it's not normally in like the conventional ways. My husband and my kids and I are very outdoorsy people. We enjoy rock climbing, camping, hiking, skiing. Well, my husband enjoys skiing. I tried it once and it did not go well. As I move further into my weight loss journey, I'm committing to working out more, but in ways that I find enjoyable. For me, that's going on walks outside. I love yoga, I love calisthenics, even though I am just not good at them at all. I am currently working on getting my first push-up, which is going. Wouldn't say it's going well, but it's going. Unfortunately, at the moment, my family and I don't live in an area of the country that allows us to do much hiking, climbing, rock climbing, that sort of thing. Kayaking, love kayaking. But we will be moving to an area where those things are much more prominent soon. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get outside. I can't wait to climb mountains and hike and camp and all those things. But for now, I plan on getting myself outside a lot more often, even if we don't live in the area that we really want to. I plan on taking my kids on a lot more walks. I'll do some at-home workouts. I actually love jumping rope, so I think we're gonna go jump rope. And just for the record, hold on. I actually am working out right now. It's not just for the video. Reason number 3 why my weight loss journey is hard. My weird mentality around food. Ever since I was little, I always had this mindset that food was the most important part of my day, every day. I grew up in a family where any special occasion had to have food involved in some way. If we went to the beach, we would go and get ice cream after. If we were at the fair, we would completely indulge in fried dough and all the delicious things that you can find at the fair. When myself or one of my siblings was in a play, we would go and celebrate afterwards with dinner at a restaurant. Now, not saying that any of these things are necessarily bad. In fact, I thoroughly enjoyed going to get ice cream after a beach day, and my parents by no means are responsible for my way of thinking towards food. But I do think that this kind of set a mentality for me that food is a reward, which is a mentality that I really want to break now. Moving forward, I plan on using food as fuel for my body instead of a treat to look forward to, or as a reward after accomplishing something. I'm actively trying to break the habit of constantly thinking about food throughout my day. The way that I'm going about changing this mentality is deciding what I'm going to eat for breakfast and lunch for the next week or the next 2 weeks, and I stick to that. That way I don't have to worry about what it is I'm eating, and I don't have to make a split-second decision every single morning or every single lunchtime, which could then easily turn into me eating something that is not very healthy. Another mental shift that I've been practicing is not counting my macros or my calories. I've done that many times in the past, and it always ends up failing for me. While I know that this is definitely helpful for a lot of people, for me, my pattern has been I decide today's the day I'm gonna start losing weight, I track all of my calories for maybe a day or two, and then I fall off the bandwagon. I end up trying to eyeball stuff, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I feel guilty and bad that I'm no longer tracking my calories when I said that I was going to. Instead, I've been working really hard on portion control. It occurred to me, embarrassingly recently, that if I go out to eat, I don't have to stuff my face. I don't have to order the biggest, greasiest, most delicious cheeseburger that I can find on the menu. I can still order something healthy, even if I'm at a restaurant. This is another way that I'm overcoming my odd mentality around food. Just because something is available to me that is delicious and unhealthy and not in keeping with my goals, I don't have to eat it. Making daily healthy choices has started becoming a habit for me, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So right now I'm no longer tracking my calories, I'm no longer weighing out portions, I'm simply listening to my body as well as I possibly can and having smaller portion sizes. Another thing that I've realized recently is that it's okay to be hungry. It's okay to eat dinner and not feel completely stuffed. Being hungry when you're on a weight loss journey is not a crisis. You do not have to immediately fill your stomach if you feel the slightest little twinge of hunger. Keeping these things in mind has been extremely helpful in my weight loss journey, and so far this has been working really well for me. I've been consistently losing a pound to pound and a half, sometimes 2 pounds per week, and it feels really good to know that food is no longer controlling my life, and I'm able to control what goes into my body and see the results that I'm looking for. Reason number 4 why my weight loss journey sucks. Guilt and privilege. I feel guilty that I have the privilege of being overweight. I have a plethora of food continuously available to me at all times. I have never been hungry once in my life. I have never had to worry about where my next meal is coming from. And if that isn't privilege, I don't know what is. But as my amazing sister-in-law often reminds me, 2 things can be true at once. I can understand my privilege and be very grateful for the cards that I've been dealt in life. And I can live my life here where I am right now. Yes, there are people in the world who are suffering significantly more than me. And the fact that the hardest thing I have to deal with is being overweight because I've had 2 beautiful pregnancies and because I have too much food available to me, I think I'm doing okay. But at the same time, with 2 things being true at once, I can also acknowledge that being overweight is a bit of a problem. I want to be as healthy as I can be for my family, for my children, for my grandchildren in the future. And so I'm going to be living my life here with the cards I've been dealt, and I'm going to work towards being as healthy as I possibly can. And with so much abundance around me, I want to take full advantage of this privilege that I've been given and eat the healthiest foods, lose the weight, and be the best version of myself that I can be. Reason number 5 why this weight loss journey is difficult. Comparison. If you are a human being who lives on planet Earth, you have probably compared yourself to someone else at some point in your life. I know that I definitely have. I often catch myself scrolling through social media and comparing myself to all of the beautiful women that I see there. I've recently realized that this makes it a lot more difficult to love my body at all stages of my weight loss journey. I am nowhere near where I want to be right now, and seeing all these women online who look the way that I want to look can sometimes be very discouraging. I've even found myself comparing my current body to what my body used to look like 10-15 years ago. I'm now a mother of 2, I am almost 30 years old. I know I'm not going to look like I did in high school, so that's another thing that I really want to put behind me. Sometimes I'll buy new clothes and be really excited to try them on, but then when I get home they end up not looking how I wish they did on my body, and that can also be very discouraging. I just want so badly to feel comfortable in my own body and to be able to wear all the cute clothing that I want to wear. I find it especially hard not to compare myself to other mothers because I see so many women who just bounce back immediately after having kids and have a flat stomach and haven't gained any extra weight, and I am clearly not one of those people. So moving forward, I want to work a lot harder on not comparing myself to what I see online, but rather use social media as a form of motivation. I also want to set a much better example for my children. I want them to love their bodies now and in the future, so I need to start modeling that for them. I want to enjoy this weight loss process and maybe even be an inspiration to other women who are in my position looking to lose weight. I also want to be happy for women who have already accomplished their weight loss goals instead of feeling jealous, especially knowing that I'm not far behind them. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that this video was encouraging and inspiring for you, or if nothing else, slightly entertaining. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.